Hello folks, this is Craig from Florida Cracker Guitar Tips. It's been a while since we've done a video here, but I'm going to do a song that I heard, I don't know, probably over 30 years ago by a band called the Doobie Brothers, and I don't think most folks have really heard the song. I can't remember what album it was on, but it's called, I believe it's called I Cheat the Hangman, or I Cheated the Hangman. And if you look on YouTube, I found one video of the song being played with the background was some folks doing some off-roading in Utah. I loved it back then when I heard it. It's incredible recording, some orchestration, built into it. Vocals are incredible, and I took it on as a little bit of a challenge to try to learn. So I'm gonna show you what I think I know about the song and kind of how I play it. It's kind of in an E minorish mode, but what I'm gonna do is I'll play a little bit of the song, the various parts, and then some of you folks out there that can really sing could play it and sing with it and resurrect a song that I think very few folks may have heard, but it's a beautiful song. Anyway, I'll kick it off here. So that's kind of the main chords that in the song. It breaks down later on into kind of a jam, but it's electric guitar in the song with some effects and things going on. But anyway, we're kind of starting out in a kind of an E minorish mode, and what I'm doing is I'm hitting the bottom E, and I'm doing forward rolls on the open B and the E string. So I've got my pointer finger on the A on the G string, the second fret. So I do kind of a on the open B and E. So bottom E. I do a hammer onto B. So my pointer finger's on the G string at the second fret, which is A, hammering onto B, and then hammering onto the E from the D string at the second fret. Kind of the intro to the song. So this part is kind of a continuation of that E minor mode, except I'm playing kind of an F sharp on the high E string. Got my pointer finger on the D string at the second fret, which is E, kind of in an E minorish mode here, and then I have my middle finger skipping the G and the B string. I've got my middle finger on the second fret on the high E, so they're kind of like lined up above each other. And then I'm doing kind of on the on the high E string at the second fret, I'm kind of just doing a walk up string, open high E string. The way and I'm only finger picking these 4 strings, which is the D, G, B, and the high E string. Kind of double plucking the strings that I have my fingers on. Kind of doing a forward, backward kind of roll with my pointer and my middle finger on my right hand. Then the next chord is like taking your C chord and sliding it up a whole step, and then putting your pinky on the high E string at the 5th fret, which is a D. And I don't typically play the whole chord. In other words, I'm usually not using my ring finger. I don't play that bottom D, because I'm kind of staying with 4 strings, finger picking 4 strings with 4 fingers, so I'm not moving my hand much, my right hand much. And so I'll jump up to that chord, but just imagine taking your C, slide it up a whole step, and then add your pinky to the high E string, which at the 5th fret, which is a D. So kind of use the same. And all I'm doing is lifting my pinky off the high E string and playing the open high E string. Then the next chord, I'm playing, imagine a bar A at the 5th fret, playing only 4 strings of that bar A, because I'm staying kind of on 4 strings, finger picking with 4 fingers, including my thumb, and playing the 4 notes of that A, but I'm leaving the B string open, so I'm kind of skipping the B string, and it's kind of like playing a little mini, maybe a little mini C chord, except you're playing an A, and you're kind of moving your hand into that partial bar A with an open B. So I'll just, and it's my interpretation. Whether they're really doing it or not, I'm not sure, but it adds an interesting feel to the song, and it makes it kind of fun to play. So, and then what it allows me to do is lift my finger, my pointer finger, off that high D note that's on the high E string, off to play the open E. And then sometimes I'll add a high B note in there. So I was probably influenced by the Rush song, but anyway, so I might add that high B in there, although I don't think that's really in the song. I just do it because when I'm playing it, it just adds a little flavor to the song. So I'll start off in that E minor with that F sharp. You know, I think it's an add 9, I believe, but playing kind of that A with an open B string. Then you land back in that D, that C-shaped chord at D, or a whole step up from C. just move it back and forth. So that's kind of basically it. Of course, the vocals are beautiful, the lyrics are great, which really carries, you know, the song. It kind of has this earthy, atmospheric feel to it. Very well done, very well recorded. Probably one of their best unknown songs. And anyway, I just wanted to share it with you. And you know, it's not dead on. It's just my interpretation of it. And hopefully somebody else comes up with a better one, and I'd like to learn from them. Thanks very much for watching.